4-7, Exponents and Multiplication, Part 2. I'm going to kind of review from yesterday. So today's objective is from yesterday's stuff. So remember from yesterday we had a to the m power times a to the n power. We added the exponents, but the bases had to be the same, and we had to be multiplying. So we had 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 gave us 4 to the 5th power. In other words, we do 3 plus 2 and get 4 to the 5th power. Repeating myself, bases have to be the same and we have to be multiplying in order for this to be allowed to do this. I'm going to add on to this, but it's really the same thing, just kind of expanded out. If I have x to the m to the nth power, then we multiply the two exponents together. Let me show you some examples of why this works. So if I have the quantity y to the third raised to the fourth, that basically means I have 4 y to the thirds multiplying. If I have 4 y to the thirds, I can add the exponents 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, or I can just do 3 times 4 and get y to the 12th power. Number 2, so if I have n squared raised to the 5th, that's going to be n squared times n squared times n squared times n squared times n squared, or I can say 2 times 5, n to the 10th power. I want you writing out the examples just like this. I want you to see where things are coming from. Anything that you see on the slide, you should be putting on your guided notes. Would you try these two? So f to the third raised to the 6th, we're basically doing 3 times 6 here, which gives me f to the 18th. Y to the 7th raised to the 8th is going to be 7 times 8, y to the 56th power. Now, continuing on, same idea. If you have two things inside the parentheses, both are going to be to the nth power. So if I have the quantity 3x raised to the second power, it's going to be 3 to the second power, x to the second power. Everything inside is to the power. That parentheses means everything. So we'll get 9x squared. Number 2, we'll have 2 to the third, y to the third. So we'll get 8y to the third. Would you try these two, please? So I have negative 5 squared, m squared, which would be 25m squared. Number 4, 4t raised to the third power. I have 4 to the third, t to the third, which would give me 64t to the third power. Everything inside is to the 4th power, so I'm going to put negative 2 to the 4th power, a squared to the 4th power, b to the third to the 4th power, and c to the 4th power. I'm going to mess with that negative 2 to the 4th in a minute, but if the exponents are separated by parentheses, I'm going to multiply them. So I got 2 times 4, 3 times 4, and then that's 4 times 1. If you want to think of that as having a 1, that's fine. So negative 2 to the 4th power is 16, a to the 8th, b to the 12th, c to the 4th. Would you try this one? So I've got negative 5 to the second, x to the second, y to the 10th to the second, z to the third to the second. That x to the second, just leave that, and that's 10 times 2, 3 times 2. Again, I want you writing this out. You won't have to do it on your homework, but you will need to do it. I do want you to show your steps here. So I get 25, x squared, y to the 20th, z to the 6th. And that's your answer. Would you try this one? There's kind of a little twist in it. Let's see if you can find it. Actually, there's two. So the first twist is that the negative 8 is on the outside, so it's not to the second power. but the n is, the p to the 4th is, and the t to the 0 is. So I'll keep that -8, and I'll get n to the 6th, p to the 8th, and then t to the 0. Anything to the 0 power is a 1. That's important to remember. And if you multiply by 1, you're basically just dropping that. And there's your answer. So that concludes today's lesson. If you have questions, feel free to post them on Edmodo, or bring them into class, and I'll be happy to answer them in the class. So that's it. Thank you very much.